What up? What up, Michael? How you doing, man?
Michael Breedlove microphone. Said, good brother, how you been?
Oh, I've been good, man. Just busy, you know. Getting ready. It's almost harvest season here in Michigan. A little warm today. For the middle
Matt
of September.
McLovin. Said, sup D-dude.
What up?
Michael Breedlove microphone. Said, yes, man, it looks very fruitful.
Oh, thank you. Hell yeah. What up, Matt McLovin? Shout out to Matt McLovin. Shout out to Michael Breedlove. What up, guys? Yeah, I'm just chilling. I just got done watering. I just got home like 40 minutes ago. So, yeah. Time to get stoned, I think. I haven't smoked yet today. Yeah, I'm sick of the heat. I'm ready for pants weather.
Scuffed Frank. Said, good top of the day to you. Let's smoke.
Hell yeah, Frank. That's what's up. Shout out to Frank. It's cool. I finally got Streamlabs working. It's so stupid that YouTube app only lets you go live at 720p. It's whack. But yeah, we back. We in the garden. We chilling. Now I've only got like 5 left to defoliate, which is nice. Got a lot done in the last couple days. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Dicko. Said, currently locked out of my house smiling face with sunglasses.
Oh, man.
Scuffed Frank. Said, dang Dicko.
There ain't nobody else home, I bet. Fuck, dude. That sucks. Yep, I've done that once or twice. It actually happened so many times that I started keeping a spare key in my car. So I have a spare house key in my car, like detached from my key ring, just in case. But yep, I've been there. Hell yeah! Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to Dickens. Shout out to Scuff Frank, Michael Breedlove. Hell yeah, guys. Where'd you forget him? Did you leave him at work or what? Or did you leave him? Well, you probably couldn't lock your house without him, so they're probably not in your house. Oh, fuck. Yep, so I played some Daisy yesterday. I hopped on experimental, full serve, like, well, 3/4 full. It wasn't like full, but I'm
All
running.
Star said, "Good morning."
Good morning. What up, dude? I'm running around. I ended up finding a guy. I killed
Boston
him.
Proud Flag of United States said, "What up, Dave? Long time no see.
Hell yeah.
Hope all is well in the garden."
Yeah, man, we're doing good out here. Garden's doing great this year. We had a phenomenal season. Shout out to All Star. Shout out to Boston Proud. Hell yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear my little chicken in the background. Can you guys hear the chickens crowing in the background? There's two of them. There's a little tiny mini bantam, and then there's a fucking Jersey Giant right there. That was the Jersey Giant. That's the mini bantam. Do you guys hear that? Probably not. It's probably too quiet. Anytime they hear me outside, they like start crowing because they want me to come and pay attention to them and pick them up and or give them treats.
Boston Proud Flag of United States said, "We can hear them."
Word. Nice. Yeah. I've never had chickens that crow because they want attention. Like I've always had roosters that yeah, they crow when the sun's coming up and they crow in the morning when they're waking up and stuff, but like not like all like on command. I can go out there if they're not even doing it and I can just go and they all start fucking doing it. It's great. So I came out to water when I got home, and I noticed a lot more THC on some of these buds than yesterday. Um, like some of the sugar leaves that come out from the bud, they kind of curl up a little bit, right? They bow upward when they're so short. You can see on the edge of the leaves, the trichomes are almost touching on some of these buds here. So that's exciting. Hell yeah. Yep. I don't know what I'm going to do today. It's hot out. I don't really want to do anything. I just kind of want to smoke and
Breaks
chill.
said, "Got any seeds to trade? Now that seeds are federally legal."
Um, Probably, yeah. I got a shit ton of seeds, dude. Just depends on like what it would be for because like a lot of the seeds that I have are hard to get, exotics. I bought an extra pack or something when I bought them because I knew that there wasn't going to be a lot available. Um, but I mean, there's always a possibility, I guess. I think seeds have been legal for a while. It's not technically considered marijuana because there's no THC. So technically, seeds are a hemp product. So,
Breaks said, "Any old school bog seeds?"
um, I do have some old school strains.
Breaks. Said, yes, 2018 hemp farm bill made seized illegal.
Yeah, right, exactly. Um, BOG, I don't know. I definitely have some older stuff that like uh I haven't popped, and I'm kind of holding on to. Like I have some uh great white shark, some original great white shark from Humboldt County that my buddy sent me a couple years ago. The seeds are supposedly from like 1980 stock, so it's like one of the original cuts of great white shark. Um, let's see, what else do I have? I have some of DJ Short's
Breaks.
blueberry.
Said, oh shit, I'd love some great white shark or white rhino.
Don't have
Breaks.
any white rhino.
Said, white rhino was my favorite.
Back in the day, like back in the 90s, I think white rhino was everybody's favorite, bro. All the whites, the white widow, the white rhino, like they were all just fucking phenomenal, dude, at the time. You look back on them now, I think like even the great white shark, I think it probably maxes out at like 18 to 20%, the seed stock that I have, but it's good potential for breeding, to update the strain maybe. Uh, but yeah. Shit, I have some original DJ Short blueberry from like the 90s. I have like 15 of those. I have some Michigan Red Pop, which is a very, very, very hard strain to get. People don't even grow it out here anymore because there's so many like imitations and shit. I met a guy last year downstate, and he ended up sending me 6 of them, Red Pop seeds, Michigan Red Pop. Which, if you look that strain up, man, it's yeah, it's great, as long as it's the real one. Other than that, I don't really have any old strains. Just because, like, if I do any breeding, it's not gonna be now. Maybe like later in the future and shit. But like, I don't have the setup for it right now. But I do like that I have some to hold on to. You know.
Breaks. Said, white label but real.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, I loved those old white strains, dude, back in the day. White Widow and White Rhino, fucking Great White Shark, fucking all those strains were just fucking great. Fucking good shit coming out of Cali back in the day, you know? I mean, there's still good shit coming out of Cali. I shouldn't be like that. But now that weed is legal all over the United States, there's good shit coming out of everywhere. So you can't just, like, say, oh, Cali weed, Cali weed. It's like some of my friends who live in Europe, right? They're always like raving about like the Cali packs and stuff. And, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, good for them. They're getting something fucking good and different. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, if only they knew that like there is stuff better than Cali now, you know? Uh, yeah.
Breaks. Said, Amsterdam is all about Cali right now. 20 a gram.
Yeah, man. The UK is a bunch of Cali packs in UK right now. In Spain, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I like that, other like abroad, across the world, people are diversifying and getting something that is known around the world as being
Dicko.
good.
Said, the UK are growing some fire ATM. I'd rather smoke UK than Cali. Breaks. Said, Europe is just discovering dessert strains.
Nah, man, Europe has had dessert strains, bro. I mean, the Dutch had really good, like, sweet strains back in the day. Dicko brought up a good point, though. UK growing some good fire at the moment. He'd rather smoke UK than Cali. I feel that, bro. One of the main points that I try to push on this channel is that, like, most of the weed that you're buying, uh, not you in particular, but like people in general, right? When you're buying Cali packs, when you're buying from a shop and stuff, that's all weed that has been produced to sell. And like smaller growers who are mainly doing it to produce a better product than that, product to smoke rather than to sell. It's not always that case, but like most of the time it is going to be better. You know what I mean? Even if it's not as potent, it's still going to taste better, smell better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I agree, with that's probably true. So, UK, there probably is some. By the time the Cali shit gets to the UK, man, it's not that fresh, not as fresh as it is, for us in the United States, and it's taxed. It is taxed. But yeah, man, I feel that like everybody should grow their own, man. Like it's a rewarding experience, it's therapeutic, it saves you money. It's a good social thing, like I've made a lot of friends just the fact that I grow, yeah, I love it, man. Everybody should do it. Everybody. Ugh. It's crazy though that like in the United States, there are places now that are producing weed that has never really been known for producing uh like Michigan.
Breaks. Said. Been doing some auto runs with Mephisto. Dicko. Said. Yeah, we've had dessert strains since at least 2016/17.
Yeah, man. So like Mephisto genetics is probably like the most solid auto strains that I've seen, but like don't waste your time growing autos, bro. Do yourself a favor and just do straight indica, straight sativa. It's higher potency, higher yields, more flower, less hair. You know what I mean? Um, the plants generally are easier to grow with indica and sativa rather than autoflower. The genetics are just much more solid, man. Ruderalis strains, people have been like heavily using them with their genetics for about the
Breaks.
last 10 years.
Said. Hard to beat 90 days seed to cut.
Um, a lot of real Ruderalis strains have only been being used like the last 10 years, incorporated into like marijuana strains and stuff. So like the genetics are wonky as fuck. Um, and yeah, like you said, hard to beat 90 days seed to cut. I mean, me personally, I'd rather smoke something good than something quick. You know what I mean? Even if I'm growing it, obviously, I would rather fucking do this than autos. So there's a reason for that. I've done autos. I've done them indoor, done them outdoor. I've done Sea of Green autos. I've done fucking just a couple at a time. I've done warehouse fucking grows when I was a warehouse manager for Strainwise back in Colorado. Uh, and yeah, dude, fucking they did autos. And there are some auto strains that are good, but like for the most part, if you're talking of 100% of auto strains, I'd say like 70% of them are trash. So, but yeah, man, if it works for you, it works for you. To each their own. Oh fuck. Oh yeah. It's crazy being mid bloom and being out here yesterday looking at all these buds and then coming out looking at them today. It's like there is such a visible amount more of THC. It's crazy. Like this far into bloom, I don't think I've ever had like such a day where I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot more than yesterday. There we go. I can't zoom in. It won't let me zoom in. Fucking bullshit.
Breaks. Set. Healthy and praying.
Yeah, man, they are. They are. I've had a lot of yellows this year. A lot of yellow leaves, and I'm talking to some other people who are growing in this area, and it's happening. I think it's because of how much I've had to water. Well, that and the lack of nitrogen. I haven't given them anything in like 5 weeks now, nitrogen wise, other than CalMag. But like I don't know. This summer, the whole month of August, it was so hot here, man. Like high 80s, low 90s every single day. And it's even up until now. We're mid-September, northern Michigan. We're still in the 80-degree-ish area. We had a very, very warm summer. It was great for veg, but as soon as bloom kicked in, started having, I wouldn't say issues because they were
Breaks.
easy to correct.
Set. Is that living soil?
Yeah. Yep, all my soil. I started making the soil when I got here 4 years ago.
Illusion of lies. Set. Sup, Dave.
What up, dude? How you doing? So yeah, I started making this soil back 4 years ago, and it started with like 20 cubic foot of soil around there because I was doing 5 gallons, and then every year I added more humic peat, more cow manure, more compost to it, and now just every single year, this last year, I added. So now I have 120 cubic foot of soil between my veggies and my pot plants, right? I have about 100 cubic foot in all of my pots for my plants, and then I have about 20 cubic foot in my veggie garden in the totes. And yeah, man, every single year I take it all out, pile it up, re-amend it with natural amendments. Like I use Mr. B's Green Trees. Comes in. Actually, I got a bucket over here. Let me show you. Hang on. So I add a bucket of this stuff right here to the dirt, right before like a month before I plant anything. I put a whole 8-pound bucket of this shit in the dirt, mix it all up. And then I added in about 25 cubic foot of cow manure. And then some humic acid, some black peat. But yeah, fucking they loved it, man. Fucking they rocked and rolled through veg. I didn't have any deficiencies the entire time through veg, which was great. Illusion of lies. How you doing, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Been a long time. Oh, big buds. Can't wait. I fucking love fall. I love the smell, the sights.
Trevor Leahy. Set. What up, homie? Victory
Holy
hand
shit,
fire.
man. What up, Trevor? How you doing? Holy shit. It's been a while, man. Yeah, just fucking kicking it, man. I'm off work for the day. Got home a little while ago. Watered the garden. Now I'm just out here smoking some live resin and enjoying the shade.
All Star said, he rose in the chat Nile.
You rose in the chat. What do you mean? Oh, man. Yeah.
All Star said, heroes into chat.
Oh, okay. Yep. I should have like put 2 and 2 together. Heroes. Yeah.
Trevor Leahy said, what genetics you running this year? Gotta get the gear update.
Okay, so there's one strain that I have 2 different phenotypes of. It's called Bahama Fuzz from Ziploc Seed Company. And I have one plant that smells like skunk pussy blueberries. And then I have another 2 plants of it that smell like when you open a bag of Fruit Loops and you smell the fake fruit smell of the cereal. That's what it smells like. Skunky Fruit Loops. So I have the Bahama Fuzz, technically 2, but it's 1 strain, 2 phenos. I'm doing the Ethos Rank R2, which is right next to me. This thing's going purple. It's beautiful. Fucking lots of THC. Stinks of shit. Of like literal baby shit and flowers. It's great. I'm doing Ethos Psyop. And then I'm doing Prohibition Genetics cut of Peanut Butter Breath. And I have 2 different phenotypes.
Carl Sign of the Horns, Sign of the Horns said, Dave, what up, Sign of the Horns, Sign of the Horns?
Hell yeah, what up, Carl? Yeah, so, oh, and then I have 1 plant. So I had 12 this spring when I was starting out, and one of them ended up going to be a male, right? Little banana flowers. One of the benefits of starting all my plants early is I can tell the sex before I put them out. Anyway, so I didn't even bother planting this one. So I had 11. I was down 1. And my buddy DJ was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get some clones for my mom-in-law. Do you want me to snag you one?" I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna pay anything for it, but if you have an extra one, yeah, I'll take it." And he brought me this lanky little. It was like 1 stalk. It had not been topped at all. And I didn't even have a free pot for it because the 12th pot I used for strawberries because I thought I was only going to do 11 this year. So I put it in a 35-gallon tote with about 25 gallons of soil, and it's doing fucking great. I'll actually show you guys. It's a little bit taller than I am. It's not a huge plant, but yeah, this one here. Let me turn the camera around. There we go. So this is some kind of a gorilla glue cross.
Said, hell yeah.
It smells Gorilla Glue-ish with like some lime candy highlights. So very gassy and skunky. Some decent sized buds considering it's only in like 25 gallons of soil, you know? So, yeah, here's the rank. And this is not a top bud either. This is a bud that's like chest level. This is like an 11-foot plant. And if I get up higher, the buds get bigger and more purple. They're starting to go purple. This isn't even a top, it's a side bud. All these ones I've shown, this is a side bud, it's not even a top. This is the, yeah, look at that. I'm getting like heavy coffee, skunk, blueberry scent off of this plant right now. Standing right next here. This is, still got a lot of yellows I gotta pick off of this one. I know. But this one's actually getting closer to finishing. I think this one's probably around week 6. But this is the Fruit Loops scented one. It's got big old solid buds all the way down. And this isn't even a top. This is a side bud. The tops are more pronounced. They have a better shape. So stinky.
Full of clipsy. Set. Nice.
But yeah, guys, fucking shit's happening. Full of clips. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, Trevor Leahy. Hell yeah, Carl. Hell yeah, fucking Dickens. Hell yeah, everybody in chat. If anybody's left. I don't know, it seems like people come in for like a minute or two and then they bounce, which is fine. It's cool that I get to all these people that I haven't spoken to.
Full of clipsy. Set. Finger red number 1. Trevor Leahy. Set. Yeah, I've had good results with Ethos. Their Z-Kittles crosses are fire.
To be honest, dude, Ethos, their Skittles crosses, they're probably the only ones that I really like trust. Because like, I don't know if you guys have realized, but like runts and a lot of the Z terp strains, like the Skittles, right? The Z terps, the Z strains, they got so popular there for a while that people were just doing all these crazy fucking crosses. And the last few years, the genetics have been super fucking wonky. Sometimes you'll get some Skittles that are fucking phenomenal. Sometimes you get them and it's like, damn, this is some straight schwagget. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But like with the Ethos, with Colin's cut of all the Skittles strains, all the Z strains, you know, they're all fucking good, man. Like, I try not to like suck any one man's dick so hard, like, but like Colin over at Ethos, that dude knows what he's doing. He definitely has introduced quite a few fucking strains that are like in my like all-time top favorites. Like yeah, Planet of the Grapes was fucking amazing. Colin's OG is a fucking like phenomenal fucking OG strain. It's fucking really good. My favorite was probably the hash plant, the BX one. Yep. Colorado's where it's at, though. They got some good genetics coming out of Colorado. That was a good cough. Oh, fucking baked. When I first started this live stream, I was sober. Dead sober. Hadn't smoked anything yet today. Now I'm baked. So yeah, next year I'm definitely this winter going to get some updated biscotti, some kind of a biscotti strain or something with that do-si-do fucking, lineage. I fucking miss those terps, man, and I had something close to that last year, and it just made me want it even more. And then the other day, my buddy in Discord posted some biscotti cross or whatever that he picked up, and it fucking reminded me of, like, I could smell it when I looked at the photo. Like, I was like, yeah, that shit looks proper full. Like, it was that really, really, really dense, like, indica that is so dense that the calyxes don't even flare off the bud. It's all just compact into itself. And the edges of the leaves were a little bit colored and everything, and it was super frosty, and it looked good. It looked good. I could smell it. That's how much it looked like a biscotti. You know what I mean? And yeah. So now I'm set. This winter I'm going to find some fucking phenomenal biscotti strain. I'm going to find some good seeds. And that'll be part of my lineup next year.
Trevor Leahy said, that dense Cali type butt.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it Cali type. I mean, it's any good indoor when you're using like 1,000-watt lights. It's that denseness that you get when you're dialed in. You know what I mean? It's like wedding cake has the same look when you get it. It's like the buds are almost like they're not flat, but like, you know how when you look at a normal bud and it looks kind of Christmas tree-y, like stuff is flaring off of the bud kind of? This stuff is so compact that it looks like scales. Like it's not even like flaring up off of the bud. It's so dense and compact, and you fucking get a nug of it and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna need a grinder. You know what I mean? But yeah. I just love the taste and the smell of like a good biscotti. You know what I mean? It's like them Z terps, man. It's that garlicky.
Trevor
gassy.
Leahy said, yup, LOL.
Yeah. Yep, if you know what I'm talking about, that was probably a perfect description. Like, instead of it flaring off, it looks like scales going up. But yeah. To be honest, man, for what I do, right, because I turn most of my weed into rosin, bubble hash and then rosin, I really don't even care if it's all that dense. You know what I mean? Like, if I get a fluffy strain, shit, if it's high 20, low 30% THC, I could care less. That I'm actually gonna yield more per pound than I would with a dense compact bud, because I'm gonna be able to freely get all the THC out of it, agitating it in the wash. You know what I mean? Whereas like with a dense bud, you never get every bit. You start to leach chlorophyll before you get into it. So you always lose like 20% when you're working, whole big nugs, compared to the amount you get with just really good fire fucking sugar leaf or loose bud. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny because like after all this shit dries, I don't even trim most of it. I bucket down off of the stems into bags and like trash bags. And black scentless, like construction style, and I have a way of tying them that I grab the rim of the bag so that it's through my fingers with my hand upside down like that, and I take the strap that you can like tighten, cinch the bag off with. I put that over my hand, I grab that piece of the trash bag, and then I fucking tie that closed with it so that it makes an airtight seal on the trash bag. And yeah, and then it sits until I'm completely done with all my trimming and everything, right? Usually a few weeks uh, in a cold, dark room until I'm ready to make hash. Like I've had friends come over, like want to help me, and they're like, "What do you want me to do?" I'm like, "See all this weed hanging up?" They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna trim it." I'm like, "Kind of. It's more like trimming the stem." They're like, "What?" I grab a big old cola and I fucking cut it down. Like, I don't know how many people in here grow. Well, there's two people I think in here. So, Trevor, you probably know this. The way that bud grows is stacked. One above the other, 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 above the other. Every bud on the stem is a little bit higher up than the next. Even if they're connected, right? It's the same dealio, right? It's how marijuana, the buds form on the plant. I when I'm making hash, I chop it down to the very last nug node, to the cola, to the tip of the bud, right? So all of my pieces, all my buds are like, the same size. It's fucking tedious, dude. It's almost, well, it's not as bad as trimming, but when people see me doing that though, they're like, "Oh my god, you're ruining it." And I'm like, no, wait till you smoke what I fucking make with it. I really like hash rosin. I think it's the best thing ever created. Sure is fucking warm though, man. I can't wait until pants weather. I would have put jeans and a sweater on. Fucking 80 degrees out here right now, but it's crazy. It should be cool by now. This time of year. Yep. Kind of want to play some Days to Eat, I think. I don't know, I should fucking stay out here and take leaves off. I need to. Slacking. Slacking off. Yup.
Trevor Leahy said, wash strains aren't always lookers.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But I find the beauty in those. I can see it. I can be like, oh damn, that's gonna be fire. You know. Sound like someone's coming up my driveway.
Jordan Vargas said, yo.
What up, Jordan? What's going on, dude?
Jordan Vargas said, is this free TTS?
Can you hear it? You hear the voice that I've given you? Do you hear it when you type? I could turn it up if you'd like.
Jordan Vargas said, yeah, man, that's cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I used to do this all the time when I would live stream. I don't know. People like the free TTS.
Jordan Vargas said, where are you right now? What state? What city?
I'm in northern Michigan, man. Yep, northern Michigan. In my yard. This is my garden. Where you at? What's
Jordan Vargas said, interesting.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude. Yep, I'm just chilling. Smoking some Penjamin. And, man, I tried so hard yesterday to take a blinker.
Jordan Vargas said, a lot of cool locations there that not a lot of people know about and or visit.
Yeah, man, northern Michigan's fun. There's not like a ton to do here. A lot of people come here for...
Jordan Vargas said, currently reside in New York.
That's what's up, dude. I got family out in New York. But yeah, a lot of people come here for like fudge or like to see the Great Lakes or to like take the ferry out to Mackinac Island. We get a lot of tourists here being on the Great Lakes and everything. Usually it dies down by like Labor Day and the tourists go home by like mid-October at the latest. So summer here is super fucking hectic, but like in the wintertime it's really nice, man. Like, it snows a lot, but
Jordan Vargas said, you go fishing at all?
oh yeah, man. I love fishing. I love to go out here and fish for pike and muskie and bass and fucking salmon right now. Salmon season's just kicking off. Yeah. Yep, love fishing. I love ice fishing mainly. Like, of course, I love fishing, all fishing, but my favorite form of fishing is ice fishing. Because I can bring a little barbecue out on the grill and cook some meat, take some dabs.
Jordan Vargas said, I'm sure the lake sides are really cool out there. That's one of the best part of that area up north.
Yeah, man. The beaches, right now, like the water level is really high, so like the beaches aren't huge. They're not like very very big. But like we have rolling sand beaches, man. It's all like sand like the ocean, you know. Not quite as much, but it's nice and fluffy, and it's being on the Great Lakes, man. It is a lot like the ocean. Not as high waves, and it's fresh water, so it's a little different. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I like living out here though. It's nice and it's peaceful.
Trevor Leahy said, "Hell yeah, I'd love to visit the Great Lakes sometime."
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely fun, especially if you like beaches and you like swimming.
Jordan Vargas said, "There are many really cool islands up there too."
Yep. Yeah. Mackinac Island's pretty cool. It's like no cars are allowed. There's like a few hundred people that live on the island year round. It's a big tourist spot, but no cars allowed. There's an old fort there. Lots of like overpriced restaurants and bars and stuff. If you go up north even further, you can go to like I think it's called Copper Harbor, and you can get a ferry from there, and that'll take you to what's it called? Something Royal Island, which is a protected landmark. There's like an endangered pack of wolves that live there, but even cooler, there are really, really old copper mines there, right? In the 1800s, a bunch of people showed up in this area and they found that there were already copper mines there. Holy shit. So there's this theory, right? Because there's archaeologists that have dated some of these pits and they say that some of them are thousands of years old. And a few years back, it's kind of cool. This is kind of cool. I'm going to share this with you. You guys can Google this too. Um, was it the Minoans? The Minoans were there before the Greeks, or something like that, right? In that area of the world, in the Mediterranean, there were the Minoans, and they were a seafaring people. There's only a couple shipwrecks that have ever been found that could be guaranteed. Like, oh yeah, these are from guaranteed that, like, yeah, these are from the Minoan civilization, right? And on one of those wrecks a few years back, they found copper ingots. Oh, what the fuck's happening? Well, I think my phone's overheating. Okay, I think we're back. That was weird. My phone, like, I think it overheated. It was in the sun. I had too much going. Okay. So anyway, what I was saying was they found some of these Minoan shipwrecks, and one of them had copper ingots on it. And copper, just like gold, is also one of these metals. They have a sample um, to reference, and they find a sample of it somewhere else. They can tell, oh, it's from this deposit, right? So anyway, yeah, they found copper ingots from Port Royal Island in a Minoan shipwreck that was thousands of years old. So, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that Minoan people were in the Great Lakes area, but it definitely means that people had mined up here and taken it and at least traded it to them. but it proves that people were here thousands of years ago. These archaeologists for years and years and years were saying, yeah, man, these a lot of these pits are thousands of years old. These are ancient copper mines that we found, and now they actually have proof from that Minoan shipwreck. I think it's kind of crazy though to suggest that like they were in the Great Lakes mining our copper. I think that like it's probably that some like native people probably started finding float copper and like out on that island, and they started digging it up because it was lucky or precious to them in some way. The bags, yeah, the bags scare away the birds. Yes, sir. I call them my hippie prayer flags. Pray they scare the birds away. They work pretty well, actually. If I don't put them up, the birds fly in and out of the plants and they fuck around, but like, and even sometimes, like, I'll still have birds land, like, when the wind is still and they're not moving, like, I'll still have birds land on top of the poles and stuff sometimes. But yeah, I think we should probably get into the shade more, just so my phone doesn't overheat again. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, it's getting warm. There we go. In the shade again. Man, it happens, you can't blame them. Birds live in trees and bushes, it's what they do. For a couple of years, I just sat out here with a BB gun and would like shoot at them. And I got pretty good at shooting with a pellet gun and a BB gun. I got really good. I could hit birds from, I don't know, probably 30, 40, 50 yards with a fucking pellet and a BB gun. Like, I'm not even fucking around. So, but then I started seeing like more rare birds, which I'm not allowed to attack. So I just had to start putting bags up instead, because if you can't shoot at them, what can you do? Just scare them out. And actually, I think next year I keep seeing on like Temu and shit like that, which I know that Temu is a Chinese cyber weapon, but I'm sure I could find one in the United States without using Temu. But they're like wind socks. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they're like kind of like wind flags, right? But these ones that I'm talking about are in the shapes of predator birds. And the ones I saw were like $20, $30 a piece, and they're supposed to be for like veggie gardens and stuff, for keeping little critters away. Some in the shape of like eagles, some in the shapes of hawks. Make a scarecrow. They fear people more. Yeah, I've done scarecrows out here before, man. This is actually the first year that I haven't put a scarecrow up since I've been here. Yeah, owl statue. I had that idea a couple years ago, but I ended up not getting one because I couldn't find a good, realistic looking one. But these are wind socks, right? You fucking tie them to a pole, and just a little bit of wind, and they start to move, right? And it looks like a bird flying, so it keeps them away. So, damn flies. This is what I'm meant to be doing out here today. This is a PSYOP R1. This strain here. Yeah, that's one plant. Trying to get the whole thing in one frame, but there we go. That's pretty much it. Yep, I need to be getting these big yellows off today and this week actually. It's week 5. I usually do a defoliation around now. Yeah, I have them in they're 100-gallon pots, but I figure I probably have about 80 gallons of soil, maybe 90 in each one. Hey man, that's fucking cool though. At least you guys can have 3. Look at it that way, right? Like Europe, that's a very amazing thing actually. Just that a European nation would make it legal to have 3. That's cool, dude. I didn't think I'd see that for a while, you know? Like, yeah, that's cool. Here I can have 12. 12 at a time, pretty much. And I stay within the legal limit just because I have no need to break the law. Yeah, man, that's what's up. Yeah. I mean, I think that it's a very progressive thing that Germany, of all places, it surprises me that they would do that. But yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, maybe other nations will follow. Maybe other nations will see like positive benefits that Germany sees from it, you know? And like I know in like Dutch nations it's okay. You know, like Dutch countries it's pretty much accepted, which is cool. But I never thought I'd see Germany. That's cool. 12 is fire. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, man, 12 is a good number. You know what I mean? I can essentially grow what I need for practically the whole year just in one outdoor grow. So, most of all this I just turn into rosin. Yeah, like hash rosin. I spin it in the bubble. And then I dry all that out and then I press the bubble hash into rosin. Comes out real nice. Yeah, getting some purples. This one over here, these aren't even top buds either. These are tops up here. But then oh, this one over here has got some good purple going too. I'll show you this one. Get on the other side of it. Up near the top though, it's got purple. Yeah, no, this strain, this is, if you Google this strain, it's called Rank R2, and it goes like black, purple, gray on the leaves when it finishes out. A little bit of pine tree on there. But yeah, look at that nug, man. This is week 5. Like, this is at my titty height here. That's a big bud. Most of the seeds that I buy are feminized. I think every year, though, out of all the seeds I pop, I usually get like one male somewhere. It's never perfect, you know. Usually when somebody says, oh, the seeds are feminized, right? If they're doing it correctly, I would say that they're using like a colloidal silver spray at the beginning of flower on a female. And what that does is it causes a chemical reaction for the plant to actually produce male pollen. But the pollen that it produces, anything it touches is going to most likely create female seeds. There's like a 98% chance that pollen will create females. Sometimes there's always a few in thousands of seeds in a plant. But yeah, if they're doing any other method, I'm not familiar with any other method that is tried and true like colloidal silver, so I don't know. But yeah. How long you want to wait to finish, or are you just watching and going with the flow? Well, okay, so I'm on a time limit here. I live in northern Michigan, and we start to get frosts like early in October. Big plants like this, they can go through a couple frosts and even a deep freeze or two before they'll stop growing, as long as the next day the temperature gets back up into at least the 60-degree Fahrenheit area. Like even these water leaves and stuff, like at 28 degrees for 6 hours, they won't wilt, you know what I mean, because of how beefy the plants are. I know this from experience. This is my 5th year here. So, but that being said, I do have a time limit. Generally, it's between the 7th and the 15th of October is usually when I have to pull the plants. Whether that's because it's getting too cold, it's not getting warm enough the next day, or maybe because it's outdoor here and it gets very wet in the fall, if I start to see bud rot, right, then I will cut the bud rot off, apply some alcohol to the area, fucking chop the plant a couple days later, you know. So it's just like calculated, like, you know, like, is it ready? The thing is, the best thing that you could do is get a microscope and watch the trichomes and just wait for them all to go milky. And then like at 60x, 80x, when you look at a loop, you want them all milky with like some amber. That is when I would pull the plant. That's usually, you know, going to be the best, because by the time you're done drying and curing, right, most people don't know this, but THC trichomes, they keep advancing. So by the time you're done, if you pull it like when I just said, right, all milky with with maybe 5% amber, it'll be like 30 to 40% amber by the time it's done. So, any tips for early sexing? Do I hike? Hold on, I'll answer this first. Um, Man, no, I'm pretty lazy, man. I go hiking like to fish. Like I'll hike in places to go fish. Um, but yeah, no, I've been pretty lazy lately and working a lot and just haven't had time, man. But yeah, do I have any tips for early sexing? Sick of waiting. Plant your seeds earlier. Uh, Start them indoors. Get yourself a little starter tent and start them earlier. I tell people a lot of the times that males generally show themselves first, but that's not necessarily true at all. Because I've had some plants that, like, I will sex most of them, all female, which is like 9, 10, 11 weeks after germination, which males you should start seeing around 8 weeks. But that's not always true, like I said. Sometimes it'll be like week 14, 15 after germination, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? It looked like a female. Looked like a calyx coming up. But nope. Yeah, just watch. Just watch, man. Yes, this is marijuana. You guys see my truck back there? Still got my truck. Thought about cutting early clones and flowering. You mean in flowering? Cutting clones while they're flowering? I don't know what you mean. Or cutting some clones and putting them in bloom. It's legal here, ding dong. Yeah, cutting clone and putting it into bloom. Uh, Man, I wouldn't even bother unless you're doing 1,000 plants. Like, there's no reason to do that. Like, you're not gonna get very much off of them. Like, I know some people back in the 90s that they did a method called 12-12 from seed, right? It was a very, very popular method. People would plant 1,000 fucking seeds and instantly turn all their lights to 12-12 from the day of germination. And the plants act a lot like an autoflower. And these were normal indica sativas. This is also long before ruderalis was a thing. But people would 12-12 from seed. Uh, Within 10 to 14 weeks of germination, you have buds, but you don't get very much, so you have to do a lot to get quantity. You know what I mean? It's just like doing sea of green. You have to do a lot to get quantity. That's why people don't really use those methods anymore. Now, sea of green, people have built off that method. There still is a version of that method that people use today, but it is different because people do low stress training and everything now. So I wouldn't even say it's the same technique, right? People have perfected it and it's changed. But yeah. I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I think the best thing that you could do is get some seeds and grow them up indoor. Have a nice, stable climate home for them to stay. And, every like 5 to 8 months, just keep changing their soil and just use them as mothers. Take clones off of them. Do them in stages. So that every 8 to 10 weeks, you pull off bloom, and then you have the next round of clones to go in there the next day. When you keep a cycle like that, right? It's like you're doing autoflowers, but you're just holding a cycle with indica and sativa, and it's much better. You know, you're getting more. But have I ever stumbled across some ancient stuff, artifacts, sites, or whatever? Not here. Definitely out in Arizona. 100%. Actually, Tucumcari, I think it's called, in Arizona. Down by the Mexican border. We went down there one day and we went hiking around, like way off the road, and we ended up finding like the remnants of like old adobe houses. And then down by the wash, which was like a few feet from where we found this settlement, we found just piles and piles and piles of pottery. Some of it was decorated. It was ancient. It was definitely old, hundreds of years old at least. I did inform the University of Arizona that we found it, but apparently they knew about it. So that's probably the coolest thing that I've stumbled across. I've been to other ancient sites like the cliff dwellings in New Mexico. Those were pretty cool. Southern New Mexico, north of Hatch. There are like old Native American cliff dwellings that are ancient. They're fucking cool as shit. There's not really like a lot of ancient stuff here in America though, other than like Native American and stuff. Like we don't have like castles and really old history like Europe and Middle East and shit like that, China. Like fuck, dude, it feels like a bee just stung my leg. Oh, what the fuck? Yep, so I got some Italian sausage for dinner. Probably just make like pasta or something. Hike everywhere. I don't got time for that, man. Wish I did. Hopefully outdoor plants finish in time. First year growing outdoors. Where you at? What state? If you guys don't have too harsh of like fall, depending where you're at, you should have no problem. But if you're up north like I'm at, you might not have a problem this year. But yeah, generally, that's something I have to worry about. I definitely have one plant that's like 2 or 3 weeks behind everything else. It's like a mutant. It's definitely on the sativa side. It's one of the rank plants, right? One of the ethos. New York? Yeah, man. So you're up north like me too. October rains do suck, but like at the same time, man, these plants behind me, I don't know if you can tell, okay, but I have them with 2 layers of metal caging, and I have like fence posts and these 10-foot bamboos in the middle. I can grab a fence post and shake, and it shakes the entire plant, right? Like here, let me show you. I can grab just one part, So like it makes it easy to like shake them off and everything, but yeah, I know what the fuck you mean, dude. Like bud rot is real. Thoughts on lemon cherry strain? I think the lemon cherry gelato is great if the genetics are good. I've had a lot of lemon cherry gelato strains that like were lacking, that were not that good, but I've also had a few of them that were phenomenal. So yeah, man, I think this year, like just how dry it's been, I don't know what you guys are experiencing in New York. Right now, here in Michigan, we haven't had rain in weeks, and it's 80 degrees today. It should be like low 70s and rain for this time of year. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're having a bit of an Indian summer here. The good thing about the one plant though that I have that might not finish in time is that I might be able to just cover, if it's just the one plant, I could cover that. No rain in a week and a half. That's good, man. That's good because like if you're in upstate New York, at least I know for a fact that like it gets pretty rainy there early to mid September too. So that's good you haven't had rain. I'm hoping that we get like an extra week of grow season this year, just how warm it's been into the fall. These fucking leaves are bothering me. Hell yeah, guys. Fucking. It's more on the lemon side, so probably won't grow it again. Yeah, I feel that a lot of people sometimes on those like heavy lemon strains they'll just call it an LG or a LCG, lemon cherry gelato, even though it's not, just for the hype. Yeah, man. I don't know. feel like sometimes it's a hit or miss too. Maybe it's just the pheno. Like maybe you got good genetics, but maybe there's like an alternate pheno. Hell yeah, dude. Well, have fun at work, man. The thing I love about picking leaves this time of year is even though I'm not trying to, uh, you touch the buds a little bit, your arms here and there, and your arms get sticky and stinky. I can smell stanky Fruit Loops. Fucking 225 here, dude. That's crazy. Oh, that's funny. I filled up this bucket and forgot to water my fucking peppers. I'll be right back. I gotta water my bell peppers. There we go. Watered the bell peppers and handful of cherry tomatoes. We're all ready. Oh, so good. My tomato plants did not do good this year. I'm hearing from a lot of other people that they didn't get very good tomatoes either. Yeah, cherry tomatoes going good. My bell peppers are going good. I didn't get any. I got some. I didn't get very many strawberries, and I have 100-gallon fucking pot full of fucking strawberry plants. Green beans did phenomenal this year. Um, but no, like, not a lot of people in America, I guess, or a lot of people had not so good of years with their tomatoes. And there's like conspiracy theorists on the internet, like, what's going on with the sun? But yeah, most of my tomato plants, I cut a few of them down already because they quit producing. And then I have a couple of them that have just little tiny fruits on them that are still green. And the only reason I'm letting them go is maybe I'll get some green tomato for to fry up, you know. But I did a few different kinds of tomato even. I did two different varieties of Roma tomato. I did some like oh that sucks, man. Yeah, generally heirlooms, you know, they'll do really well here, and that's usually all that I will buy. But I bought some Roma varieties this year, and the plants didn't get very big. Um, and I have the tomato plants in like 20-gallon soil each, and yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. It just like they were good, healthy plants, and they just didn't produce. So uh, a lot of people on the internet have come up with conspiracy theories saying something about like, oh, there's something different about the sun, or maybe all the forest fire smoke filtered out. I don't know, fucking whatever. But it's yeah, it is just weird though. I wonder like other countries and stuff like how like if they had issues with tomatoes this year. But yeah, with those tannins uh, from that black walnut, like yeah, it'd probably be hard to get a lot of things to grow. Yeah, that's not too far from me, man. That's like me. Same thing, man. It's everywhere. It's not just there, not just here. At first, I was just like, oh yeah, no, these people just excuses. But then I started to notice problems and everything, and I generally find tomatoes to be extremely easy to grow. You only really need to feed them like once throughout the entire life, and if you give them good soil, you hardly even ever have to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's definitely strange. Something in the water. Oh, that is somebody here. love canal leaking again. Is that like a shit way? They got the sewage plant attached to that fucking creek or that canal. Oh, the U.S. version of Chernobyl. Oh yeah, okay. Like like 3 Mile Island, yeah. Oh shit, okay. I was watching this thing yesterday that was talking about DuPont and back when they had adapted Teflon from tank coating to steel pan coating, and how the dust and all the waste from it was being thrown into barrels and then to Peak Bay in Virginia. Shit that went on in our country, dude. What up, Pedro? How you doing, man? It's pretty crazy because, like, a few years back in Minnesota, there was a nuclear power plant leak that leaked like 400,000 gallons of tritium uh, laced water into the Great Lakes. And, like, they didn't even make it public for like a year until it was all cleaned up. Mm-hmm. Pretty funny. You can Google that, that's a fact. Yep, all sorts of fuck shit. Yep. Yep. That's how it is.